Alright guys, it's your boy Ryan Thompson. Today we're going to be taking a look at the ever so popular newly released Xbox One S. Now the reason I'm looking at a console instead of a phone this week is just because I've decided to get this in to check out new content and see if you guys really do like the different styles of videos, the different types of videos. I'm also going to be trying to go all out on all the B-roll on this as well. So let's get stuck into the review. If you guys don't know, this is the successor to the ever so popular Xbox One. Now I could be saying that in a sarcastic way or I could be saying it normally, and both ways would make sense because there's so many mixed opinions on it. The same with the PlayStation 4. Now let's get into the review, just saying, so this is almost like the second generation of Xbox One, but then it's the third generation of Xbox. There are really weird naming schemes, but this is the second generation of Xbox One. So if you have the original Xbox One, is it worth the upgrade? First I'm going to go into a physical overview. So on the front we've got a slot loading 4K Blu-ray drive, and yes, that I did say that correctly, it's 4K Blu-ray capable. You've also got physical buttons this time around and not touch sensitive ones. So in the middle you have an eject button, on the right you have the illuminating Xbox One logo as your power button, which has become an actual button and not a touch sensitive button this time around. And at the bottom right you do have your, I believe, wireless connect button. And then finally down here we've also got the USB 3.0 connector right at the bottom left. You've got textures all around the top and right of the device, and so there are textured holes on both sides, which should give the Xbox a good amount of breathing room considering its size difference compared to last time around. On the back you're getting a mixture of I/O. Now I'm going to leave the best till last, but we've got Kensington lock on the far right, we've got a gigabit ethernet port, we've got a SPDIF out, which is optical audio out, we've got IR out in case you wanted to mount another IR sensor, we've got two USB 3.0 ports, we've got an HDMI in just like last time, and then we've got HDMI out. And then at the far left we've got something that's really important to me, and that is a figure of 8 power connector. A figure of 8 power connector means there is no external brick essentially, and it means you can just plug the same cable in, really universal cable, and it means that there isn't an external power brick. On the bottom you've got nothing, and on the top you've got a big ventilation hole on the right, and you've got a flat surface on the left. It's trying to follow the Xbox One original kind of design, but in a new, more modernized way, and I do like this. And this console, as standard, does come in white, which is strange compared to last time it was in black. But I do like this device, I really like how it turned out, and I think it came out really good. Now, this device is actually 40% smaller than the original Xbox One. That should give you a good amount of context, because 40% smaller is one hell of an amount. It also has the PSU built in instead of in that power brick that I said earlier, so you're actually saving even more space. So it's managed to be smaller and have that built in. And I can't give Microsoft and Xbox too much credit here because the PlayStation's done it since day one. It's capable of doing 4K games upscaling, so you can scale your games up to 4K. They're not going to play natively at 4K, guys. I know a lot of you console people, think that we can get great quality out of these consoles. I will dive into that a little bit later, but you're not going to be playing games natively at 4K. Like I said, it's capable of running 4K Blu-rays, which is something the PlayStation 4S or the PlayStation 4 Slim or Pro, I don't think they can do that, which is a bit weird. But yeah, 4K Blu-ray, really good looking. If you compare 4K Blu-ray to 4K streaming, 4K Blu-ray comes out billions times better than streaming. It also does 4K streaming, like I said, of Netflix, of YouTube and stuff like that, which is awesome. Now it does have support for high dynamic range gaming, which is HDR gaming, and essentially it's the darker blacks, the better whites, everything in between. In terms of the color depth is much better, so your quality of gaming, you're probably more likely to spot HDR over 4K versus 1080p, if that makes any sense. It's a much bigger impact. The controller's been updated a little bit too. So we've got basically the same controller, apart from a few things. On the bottom, there's like a textured grip. Instead of that normal kind of plasticky finish, you're getting a textured plastic finish, which is a little bit easier on the hands, a little bit easier to hold. Doesn't really change anything about how the controller looks, but this again does come in a default as white, which is awesome. At the top, you're going to see a bit of a difference as well, because where there was kind of an indentation where the Xbox, illuminating power button was, now it's just kind of all smooth and curvy and part of the controller, which is awesome as well. And I'm going to be talking to you about the gaming experience now. The controller does not have rechargeable batteries as default, as have been with the PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4 controllers, which is really annoying to me because they still manage to charge $39.99 in my local Asda, Game and Argos for these controllers, and they don't even come with rechargeable batteries, which is really annoying. I think the wireless gaming experience is great. Sitting on your sofa and playing it on your TV, love it. My TV is a little bit different because the latency is really bad, but that's down to the TV, not to the Xbox. The one thing I don't like about it is really in software, and that is the fact there are so many adverts to buy Xbox Live Gold. Now I get it, on your platform you're allowed to advertise as much as you want, but the experience is a little bit hindered because I turn my Xbox on and I go back to the game, because you can actually turn your Xbox on, go back into the game you last were, and you'll be exactly where you were, no loading screens at all, which is really cool. When I go to that, it would have been fluid, apart from the giant Get Xbox Live Gold banner that turns up in the middle of that kind of sequence anyway, which is really annoying. Xbox, sort yourselves out. This is stupid. Now, the actual kind of gaming experience. Let's get past all the ads, all the crashes, all the loading screens. What do I think about playing the games on it? I can't actually tell that much of a difference between this and my £1,000 gaming rig that I had. You know, well, it's more like £1,500 gaming rig I had with two 780 Ti's and SLI, playing on ultra wides, playing on 1080p. Really cannot tell that much of a difference, apart from maybe the anti-aliasing, which is, you know, there's a decent amount of aliasing with this. But the graphics are, you know, they've really stepped up graphics for consoles. I couldn't, if you were to put me in a blind test, I might not even be able to tell the difference. And I was running at, you know, ultra settings, high settings, whatever. So that's kind of really cool. It may be that they are just lower settings and that there is a bigger difference, but I can't tell it, and I'm a gamer, so surely, you know, I'm the target audience, and if I can't tell the difference, then I don't know how can you guys tell the difference. So the graphics are great. The gameplay is great. It's very smooth. If I play it on certain displays, it comes out differently, as in the frame rate comes out differently. So I believe you can play at 60 FPS, but for most of my experiences, I've only been able to get 30 FPS, which is okay, but I haven't played any demanding titles like some things that require high FPSs like Call of Duty or something like that. I've just been playing Forza Horizon 3. That's the reason I bought this console, guys, is because I don't have a PC anymore. I have Macs, and I honestly am so glad I do. I prefer Mac to PC in terms of the workflow. But I wanted to play Forza Horizon 3, and so this is where the price comes into effect. This console with FIFA 17, all brand new, was £250 with a 1-year warranty. And honestly, that's really good. That's from Game. That's official pricing. And I really like that. And I bought the game for, you know, £40, so £290 spent. And I can't tell you how much money I would have spent on a gaming computer to get it to look this good. Now, again, there are huge changes because PCs, you know, if you gave me a choice between a PC and a console, I'm always going to pick the PC, guys. But at this price, I don't think you can really beat it. It's really good nowadays, get them being able to get so much into such a small console. And I can put this in my bag, take it to a friend's house and play Xbox there. It's really small, compact, and it's not really that heavy at all. So that's where I'm going to leave it, guys. I would totally recommend the Xbox One S. I think it's great. But if you're looking for really high, graphically intense, you know, really good, smooth frame rates, different kind of experiences, I'd go for PC, because PC is always going to trump the console. But if you're looking for something that's going to, you know, you haven't got a lot of money and you're looking for something that's got decent graphics, in fact, I'd go as far to say very good graphics and a great experience, then go with the Xbox One S. It's great. Thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you've enjoyed this different video, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.